You know, for a few seconds, I actually considered trying out this new, fancy pinata mode that Wargaming is having this patch. And I had it selected and I was looking through my chips and deciding what I wanted to play. And that's when I noticed like the little icon at the top of the equipment tab flashing like you have support consumables, and I'm like, okay, nope, I see where this is going. This is going to be another case of Wargaming using an event mode to test some new bullshittery that they want to shove into the game, either in some new line or some new premiums or something. So I'm not going to do that because I don't want Wargaming to think that people played this mode because they wanted that in the game. But speaking of games, we do have a ranked game here, so Constellation with the radar, Lenin and Bismarck are both going to be annoying to deal with. Sherberg's going to be annoying. Benson and that thing. So, not really what you wanted to see. I mean, the Lenin and the Bismarck, they're going to be annoying because they're going to be a bit harder to farm out. The Bismarck at least does have the giant superstructure, and the Constellation as well can be farmed down fairly effectively as long as we can keep him spotted. The Lenin, not so much because there's like a lot less superstructure that can actually be farmed. So, right now, our game plan is probably going to be try and get ahead of this Akizuki a little bit and try and spot out one of these destroyers. And between myself and this Akizuki, we should hopefully be able to get a pick on either of them. It doesn't really matter which one, but it would be ideal to get the Benson pick. But either destroyer will be nice to pick up. So that's going to be the plan for right now. Lenin is already spotted, so it looks like they most likely are definitely having something that's pushing up because that Lenin is being spotted right now. And the Bismarck as well. So, yep, there's the Benson. There's both of them right there. We should be able to go dark right here. As long as we can get out of this hydro, we'll be good. And there we go. And the Benson is gone. And the Benson is out of his smoke, rather. Benson did decide to open up, which is very brave of him to open up against like literally our entire enemy team. And this guy actually pushed up pretty quickly as well. I honestly wasn't expecting him to do that. He was perfectly safe in his smoke. And he just decided that, nah, I'm just gonna leave it to greed for a kid that's in front of an Akizuki and a Mogami, Kansas, and Bismarck. So, yeah. They do have their Cherbourg is in C, like, that's a thing. So, probably not going to be getting any hits with that. Ooh, if we can get a pick on, this Constellation, that would be amazing. Please focus that guy. I'm just going to try and keep this guy spotted for right now. He just shot, so it's not going to be a very hard thing to do. And there's the Cherbourg, who is, of course, going to be walking towards our Lenin, it looks like. So right now, the plan is hopefully our team is going to be able to pick up this Constellation kill. And from there we go. Akizuki is getting gimmicked by the that thing, that however it's pronounced, but we're going to get the pick as well. Do. Bruh. There we go. It's an HE Lenin, by the way. It's always good. He did just clap our Akizuki. Now, Sherborg's not actually going to walk, which is a little interesting, because he could conceivably push up pretty safely right here, although I understand why he doesn't want to, because if he were to push up and be sitting on this island, all I would have to do is just pop engine boost, run at him, and just in your face torp him. So I see why he doesn't want to do that. Our Akizuki's killing himself. That's great. Put torpedoes out for this Bismarck, who's most likely going to be turning away. That's going to be my prediction, is that Bismarck's going to turn out, because he sees the other Bismarck, Mogami, and Kansas right there, although to be fair, that would put him broadside to the Lenin, who is getting walked out by a Cherbourg there as well. And no, that Bismarck is not going to turn out. He's just going to bow in and do whatever he's doing. So we're just going to pop our smoke and we're going to go to farm. Just going to get our farm on. Hopefully try and burn him down a little bit here. He does have giant superstructure as well, so we're going to get some decent HE damage as well. All around just a perfect farm target. He's just going to sit stationary like a good little boy. So don't mind me. Do. That Cherbourg is doing whatever he's doing over there. Honestly not sure. Bismarck, what's he doing? He's literally just sitting there taking it. Oh, okay. Whatever. All we got now is this Lenin and this Cherbourg to deal with. Depending on what this Cherbourg does, we might be, like, if he tries to post up on this little island right here, I can just go up, I just walk up and just YOLO in your face torp him. So, there Lenin is, he's just gonna kill himself. And all we have left is this Cherbourg, who I'm kind of tempted to try and disrespect, but I mean, our options are either run it down on this guy, or just go for C and end the game on points by ticking them out on all three caps. And if this Cherbourg turns out, that's probably what we're going to do, because if he turns out, then he's not playing to even, I mean, he hasn't played like he's trying to win at all to begin with, to be fair, but if he, well, first of all, if he survives, but if he turned out there, he's not, he's turning in, but if he turned out there, then he absolutely is not playing to win, he's just playing to try and save a star. Actually, if we can get a decent little a cheeky little broadside shot on him. Not many people are shooting at him right now, but he's just, oh no, he's just turning out. Also, okay, never mind, those were secondaries. I just looked and I saw shells flying there. I was like, whose are those? But no, that was just the secondaries from the Lenin. We're just gonna, well, wait for that guy to fire, and we're just gonna get our farm on. Here we go. And he's gonna turn out. Nice. That was a 10-minute game. Alright. Nice little game. Let's do it again. Although, now that I said that, I know I'm just going to get absolutely screwed. Because that's how this game works. Like I did actually record another game before this one, if you couldn't already tell from looking at at me being rank 9 instead of the starting of rank 10. And that first one wasn't too dissimilar from that last one, except it lasted 6 minutes. So, before they got zeroed out. Well, I mean, they didn't technically get zeroed out, but they got like just 6-0'd. So they got zeroed out in terms of ships. But anyway, in this game, we've got a Massachusetts and a Tirpitz, which could be annoying. Oland for destroyers and a Salmon for submarines. So this particular matchmaking, I think, is a good example of what this particular build that I'm running with the Fearless Brawler. This is the type of match that you don't want to get with this type of build, because the entire idea behind running Fearless Brawler on Kid, as in addition to a BFT, is you want to maximize your DPM to kill the enemy destroyer as fast as possible in as short as time as possible. And to do that, you have to give up 1 heal because you're giving up Superintendent in order to be able to spec into Fearless Brawler on top of your basic firing training. So, in a game like this, where there's only 1 enemy destroyer for you to be fighting, and it's a destroyer, especially a destroyer that you would just win against anyway, it's not really that strong. I mean, it does what it's made to do, obviously. More DPM for killing destroyers. Enemy destroyers die faster. It does what it's supposed to do. But in just games like this, where there's very few destroyers per team, then the build is a lot weaker. And I think right now what we're actually going to want to do is we're going to grab B, and we're actually going to poke out around this island right here and try and get a little bit of spotting done. And I'm not really a huge fan of going through like these big home cap pushes, because really these just don't really work. Because what ends up happening a lot of the time is we're going to eat torpedoes, but what ends up happening a lot of the time is one team tries to do like a really heavy home cap push, but then that Sam is turning out, but then they just leave the contest cap completely open, and from there they just get wrapped, they get crossfired, and they die. So there's the Oland. Is that a no conceal Oland, by the way? That actually very well could be. Okay, so there's Massachusetts. I'm really not keen on fighting this Oland in front of the Umahari in Massachusetts, so okay, I'm just going to wait right here, and that Umahari should be getting behind the island fairly soon right here. So we are going to just we're going to aim for the pick on this Oland, and if we can get the kill on him, then we're just going to smoke up as soon as it's over. So that way we can instantly go dark. Okay. We really didn't need to have smoked up there, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Because I wasn't sure if that salmon was on the surface. I didn't want to be spotted in front of the Massachusetts secondaries. Even though we really didn't need to there, was better to have popped in and just guarantee we go dark. Because in ranked games especially, with such small team sizes, it's very unlikely that you're going to be using 4 or even 3 smoke charges anyway. So I'm okay with using it to guarantee I can preserve some of my health. As I say, as I just take some chip from Massachusetts. But anyway, okay, there's a salmon right there. By the way, there's a mod that I'm running called Submarine Markers on Minimap, and that's what you're seeing right here. And it got updated in this, I believe it was this most recent patch, to where it also shows the direction that the submarine is currently traveling, which is a very, very nice thing. I'm honestly not okay, he's being spotted by the submarine surveillance. That makes sense. I'm gonna try and run this guy down, and then we're just going to run it down on their home cap. Because even if this Yumahari and the Tirpitz manage to kill this Brandenburg and Vladivostok, even if that happens and they get our home cap, by the time they've done that, we've already taken their home cap, so we're breaking even. And we just have to not get shotgunned right here. Well, hopefully he's about to get shotgunned, actually. Only one. Alright, that's fine. We're just gonna drop our charges. And that's him dead. Tirpitz is gonna die. That cruiser is going to die, so this is actually kind of bad. Kutuzov is about half health though, so that's good. Makes him a little bit easier to deal with. Also, where'd this Yumahari go? Oh, he's just gonna send it. These two battleships are playing the classic send it one at a time against up to 3 enemy ships, by the way. So, well done to them. It's Massachusetts. Really not a lot I can do about it other than try and keep him spotted, but I'm not going to be able to do that pretty soon. I can't even talk. Like, I'm not going to be able to do that anytime soon because he's kind of 18 kilometers away and behind an island. So what I'm going to probably focus on doing right now is we're just going to grab their home cap, and then we're just going to run at sea, and we're just going to keep these two spotted because our Vladivostok and Brandenburg were able to clean up those two battleships just fine. So all we have to do now is either point them out with our 2 caps or kill both of them. And then this Massachusetts is pretty low. He's honestly probably going to be dead by the time I get into range to even think about doing anything to him. So we're just going to turn our attention to this Kutuzov, who did smoke up. In his I mean, if he wanted to be running Hydro, he absolutely is, unless he just burnt it on nothing earlier. Because something that a lot of players will do is they'll burn their Hydro on their first smoke, just always, whether they need to or not. Like, as soon as they smoke up, they pop that Hydro. And then, during their subsequent smoke charge, all you have to do is pop some torpedoes into their second smoke charge. Their Hydro is going to be down because they used it on their first, so they're not going to see those torpedoes coming, unless they just predict that they're coming because they have an IQ that's bigger than a standard shoe size. But there's the Massachusetts. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so shut the fuck up. Anyway, as long as you torpedo their second smoke, more often than not, you'll find yourself getting a dev strike off of some cruiser. So here we go. All we're gonna do now is play the keep these two spotted game and let our Vladivostok and Brandenburg and possibly even the submarine, get his shotgun off, but it looks like he's going to be too close to actually do a shotgun on the Massachusetts, which, by the way, shotgunning has been nerfed in this patch as well. If you're within 3 kilometers of a submarine, their torpedoes will only do like 10% damage to you or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it's something like that. If you're within 3 kilometers, the torpedo like damage is like literally almost nothing. So you can have a submarine pop up like half a kilometer away from you and dump like 6 or 8 torpedoes into you, and you take like maybe 10,000 damage at most from it, just because of that's how hard they neutered the torpedoes at their closer ranges. Also, we're about to face check Kuchazov. Here we go. No, we're not. We are going to just grab this cap, though. And of course the Brandenburg gets it with secondaries. Now we're just gonna farm out of Massachusetts. Don't mind me. Don't mind our Brandenburg just casually turning broadside to the Massachusetts. Happens. No, I'm not even gonna get the triple trifecta base caps. Oh well, whatever. It's what I get for being greedy. Although, possibly not. I might actually get the trifecta anyway. Nice. Just in time, too. Alright. Here we go. That is enough games. That is my clan pinging me for clan battles. So that is going to be enough ranked, at least for right now. So I will see you, I guess, either tomorrow or later today, depending on how clan battles go. So look forward to that. But I will see you in the next one.